Okay, how about let's ask this one. I'm getting too many questions now. The soldiers answers quickly. To the inn, of course. He grabs his empty mug. The one northwest from here. If you can't afford the room, the main hall is free of charge. The locals rarely gather there. The northern road is much more traveled, mentioned Tulia, but the hunters will tell you about this and that, and you'll have a chance to introduce yourselves. Introduce yourself, blah. The innkeeper can listen and knows many souls. Huh. Any tips on how to make a good first impression on him? She smirks. Avoid cheap jokes, stick to trade, don't waste his time. Show him that you can be relied on. Okay, I think I could just get on with it. Basically, one question left. One question left. Might as well go for it then. The man shrugs. Bandits happened, and monsters. A strong band, though. His companion chips in. Okay, that'll be her then. When we got to the peninsula in spring, we saw some people living in this camp. The lieutenant decided to avoid it and look for an inn. We had to travel through the night for a bit. The bearded soldier scoffs and crosses his arms, but she carries on. If he can decide otherwise, we all would have died that day. Or if he had decided otherwise, we all would have died that day. The innkeeper explained that the camp is a trap, that the armed ones pretend to be soldiers. Huh. Stay there a night, lose everything you have. Oh, okay. Ah, sounds like slave hunters. Tulia sighs. Very much so. They killed some, and took others away. Who knows where. They were letting the northerners go, hoping to avoid their wrath. It kind of worked, added the soldiers. We asked them for help, but they refused. We had to clear the entire camp on our own, and that's why 3 of our people died. Don't exaggerate. It's not like the lieutenant didn't make a mistake. He wanted to get rid of them and take over their camp. But we didn't know our enemy well enough. We were outnumbered, and they had an ice mage among them. She looked at you. At least we cleared the road, saved lives. You mentioned monsters as well? Nothing that would surprise you. Those of us who survived the skirmish were young, too inexperienced to spend a summer in this place without a good leader. And they didn't trust me. One of them got caught by a treant. Another one ignored my orders to perform some sort of ritual hunt. So a werebear tore her to pieces. Huh. The last one tried to act tough, didn't tell us that he had cut his hand while cleaning his gamaton. She lets out a ghastly chuckle. We had to cut it off, and he was so ashamed that he decided to walk north, find a new life, disappear. Idiot. What a colorful journey. The man tries to drink from his mug, but it's empty. Huh. Yeah, this might be quite too sarcastic. Stay silent. Tulia seems defeated. Alright, the last questions. What should I know about the peninsula? I'll tell you what I know, and you'll be the judge, says the lieutenant. How long did it take you to get here from the city? On a decent palfrey, I'd guess it would be 3, 4 days. When you confirm, she continues. From here, you can reach the coast in about a day, as long as you don't make any stops. Do you know the situation? Why no ships can get here? You nod. The sea route allows Hovlaven officials to keep in touch while the coastal villages collect taxes, move the soldiers, collect lumber, deliver tools. But maintaining order on a wild coast such as this one is like filling the ocean depths with coins. Because of the rocks, you can barely stop a ship 5 miles from the shore. The boats can't get much closer. She nods. I don't know how much fishing. I don't know much about fishing, but there's not that many people living by the shore, and they don't crave to stay in touch with the city folk. As she pauses, her companion carries on. No soul from the north ever came to the camp, but when we traveled to the roadside inn, Pelt of the North, they're happy to trade, and to play dice. Why not just stay at one of the settlements? Why, there's a lot of stuff here. The man clears his throat. I mean, you know, we're to guard this road. This camp is our post, and, well... He turns toward Tulia. She lowers her voice. Don't take it the wrong way, Krim, but are you a devout soul? Okay, let's see, that's what this is. Okay. Like most city folk, I believe that people should unite their strength to overcome the threats of nature and dark magic. Everyone will be judged for both good and evil and a part of the United Church. For many years, I've supported a monastery that does its best to advance mankind's spiritual growth. Let's think, magical research. I follow the teachings of an order of truth. Huh. I'm from a small village. For me, the freedom of cell, pneuma, that's like light, dark, I don't know. The soul are the main virtues of life. My community is unique and independent, and so its members are a place in my fellowship. Huh. Pagan. We're going to skip that. Okay, I have a strong connection to nature and spirits. I follow the path of my ancestors. Some of my relations may be considered sinister and treacherous by the city folk. You'd call me a pagan. There's no evidence of the right's existence, and all the mystical tales are explained by magic. No, I'm not. Okay, I'll go with this one, just to make it simpler. The man nods. I heard that most road wardens drift away from the churches. It doesn't matter to me. To neither of us, I think, adds the lieutenant, peeping at her companion. I just wanted to make sure I won't step on any touchy subject. You won't. Go ahead. The people here are disquieting. Every few words, she taps the table with her finger. Huh. Their traditions won't help them negotiate with the officials here. With the officials. Here, she starts to draw lines with her index finger, as if she's pointing at an invisible map. The peninsula is connected with roads, like a big circle. In the northwest, you'll find a weird village at a bog. It's not exactly pagan, I don't think. It even has a priest who claims to be an eremite. You nod. She means a fellowship. Hmm. They do crazy shit. Her companion chips in. They use the dead to cut down trees. Wait. They use the dead? Like zombies? Huh. They use the dead to cut down trees and dig in soil. Once I saw it, I begged to never return there. I see. You've heard tales such as this one since you were a child. If an isolated settlement manages to survive without a city's influence, its customs and traditions grow more and more alien. Every generation learns how to adapt to the dangerous conditions they have to deal with, and the rustic, pagan traditions muddy their rivers of faith. Huh. The United Church often warns its members about the crazy druids, necromancers, and blood mages, the bringers of doom, the traitors of humankind. Yeah, he didn't want to stick around, so I don't think he wants to speak to them. Oh, actually, this is a set of questions then. Okay. Must get all the information since I'm kind of doing that anyway. Were you able to speak with these necromancers? You can see why we were not eager to go there. If we could avoid it, the lieutenant chuckles. Maybe they'll be more welcoming to the Roadwarden. The roads are dangerous, with little to no shelters. People need your help. The man in the shirt turns a bit and points a finger to the northwest. If you're heading to the undead village, you'll get to an inn first, and soon. Tulia nods. Pelt of the North is a safe place. You can talk with the innkeeper or the guards. Ask them about the road. And how about the east? She stares off across the camp. Hard to tell. We went there only once. There are hills, forests, and rivers. Oh wait, that's just rivers, no and. We saw a tunnel sculpted in leaves and branches, but we didn't enter it. Wilderness all around. Okay, any monsters worth mentioning? Anything that could catch my mount. We saw all sorts of beasts. The man starts to count on his fingers. Goblins, tree ants, cats large and small. Nice. Runners, howlers, wolves, spiked boars, moufon eaters, griffins. But we managed to stay away. Some could catch up with mounts. With most mounts, Tulia glances at her companion. Though a palfrey should be fine. Or should be fine. The trees are so tall that the flying creatures keep to the coast and mountains. There's not that many humans around, and the animals are busy fighting amongst themselves. They fight more for food than territory. The soldier cracks his knuckles. Don't provoke them and ride fast. Just count on luck. That's all I need to know. She nods. I'm afraid we can't do more for you. Okay, that was a long path. Any ideas what happened to the previous road warden? Tulia takes a deep breath. Aren't you a bit late for our rescue mission? We haven't heard from him for almost half a year. The soldiers speak for a bit between themselves, trying to get their story straight. They confirm that he had stopped by the camp a few times, but stopped showing up at all in early summer. The bearded soldier starts to scratch the table with the tip of his knife, without looking at you. I don't remember his voice. Always busy, drowning in things to take care of. He would sit somewhere, sharpen his sword, fix his loud mail, clean clothes, write notes on that wax tablet of his. Yup, and leave at dawn. Unlike us, Asterion, probably the guy's name, never gets bored. Tulia lets out a joyless chuckle. He's secretive, but some of the locals speak about him warmly. Maybe he just doesn't like us. Huh. Sounds like you're not sure if he's dead or not. If anyone knows, they won't tell us. Maybe someone is keeping him in the basement. The man carves with passion. We haven't seen him, or his saurian. He had a dinosaur mount. Something ate them, I bet. The officials have hired you, right? They don't expect him to return. Richer road wardens often use four-legged, meat-eating saurians as their mounts. They have to be tamed and trained since they're hatching. Yup, definitely dinosaurs. But unlike horses, can easily defend themselves from many monsters. At least your palfrey is fast and reliable, and won't suddenly sink its teeth into an innocent passerby. Huh, that's a danger. Do you know what he was looking for? Maybe he left you a message. Neither one of us had any insight into his dealings, says Tulia. My predecessors left me no clues. We also took a look at Asterian's stuff. Wait. She raises her open palm. I almost forgot. She stands up and heads to a nearby tent. He has kids, in a village near Hovleven. I was planning to take all of his things there. A pouch, a second spear, a decent bow, some potions. Quite a treasure. She glances at you. But I would much prefer you... but I would much prefer to bring them to the truth about their father. Huh. So you want me to find out what happened to him in exchange for his stuff? Here's the catch. She dusts off the hilt of his sword. We've hired a messenger to ask the commanders for further orders. Since she hasn't returned, and you know nothing about her, she either ran away or something happened to her. She sighs with her resignation. We are meant to stay here until fall. What do you think? Come see us. Tell us what you've learned about the man, and we'll get back to Hovleven together. You think about your real mission. You're planning to return to Hovleven in the early fall anyway. If he's alive, I don't think he's going to be happy about me taking away all his possessions. Now, find the Roadwarden. We could get that away, yes. Let's see, use your journal, which is this thing, to see the list of quests. True, but he's considered dead. I doubt he'd begrudge you anything, and who knows, you may just find his cell lying on the roadside tomorrow. He wears mail, uses a spear, mostly. Maybe 5 feet tall. Very short. But stout. Long red beard, short face. Short hair, pale face. Rarely smiles. Sounds like a dwarf. She glances at her companion, but after he adds nothing, she sits down and stretches out her legs. So find out what happened to him. Dead, alive, left, just let me know. Okay, this is the last one. I've lost my rope. Could you spare one? You're in luck. She heads towards one of the crates and moves aside a large linen sack, revealing a rope. She brings it back and nonchalantly sits down on her chair. Take it. I was planning to leave it behind. I take a closer look. It's a fine rope. Yes. And offer some food in return. Okay. Is the food what I have? I can't change it. I guess I have to do this. I can't... Wait. Can I buy it for nothing? Let's offer the food in return. They won't like me taking the rope for nothing. Lost a food ration. Tulia leans forward and rests her forearms on her thighs, looking down with clasped hands, then meets your eyes. I'd normally refuse, but we need some decent food. Every day I'm searching through our growths, looking for worms and putridity. We forage, but it's not a great spot. Some food rations will brighten up a foggy day. For now, you leave the rope on the table. Okay. Oh, she didn't trust me enough to get... Okay, I guess I'll leave that alone then. It's getting late. We should prepare for the night. I agree, Tulia sighs with relief. And may you do better than Asterion did. Stay vigilant. She winks at you, shattering the mask of a soldier. Thank you for your help. One more thing, if I can. The bearded man approaches you. Can you take the first watch? Splitting time between three people makes a great difference. You think for a moment. To fully rest, you need a good sleep. Sir, leave it to me. Fabulous, he pats your shoulder. It should be calm, at least before midnight. Wake me up in a few hours, or even earlier if anything happens. Huh. I'll be a guy with very few words. I nod. You go to the barrel and splash water on your face, which makes you even more aware of how much you need to bath. Need a bath. After the night, it will only get worse. Your horse is already napping, still too anxious to lay down. Huh. So horses, or palfreys, sleep standing up. Or maybe nap standing up. Maybe they could. I prepare for my watch. The soldier in the shirt is eager to guide you. Just observe the area. There's plenty of griffins around, though they won't try to jump over the palisade. Probably. Better watch out for the apes. They climb up and carry out any food they can find. And there's this one really loud were-elk that keeps smelling the wall, though it has never tried to get in. He points at the gate. The lieutenant and I will block the entrances. They're quite heavy, so if anyone comes here looking for shelter, better call us to help out. And if this someone is being chased by wolves or anything, better throw them the rope instead. He scratches his head. If it gets cold, feel free to make a fire, and the best place is on the watchtower. I don't see a watchtower.